Well, this is really kind of funny how this came about. So when I first started treating combat athletes or your mixed martial artists or your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athletes, this really started over 15 to 20 years ago. So this is right around the time of the UFC was just starting. I mean, the very infancy stages of the UFC. So a lot of I was in Phoenix, Arizona at the time. A lot of the guys that I was seeing we're still doing a lot of these backyard brawls. So, if you look at the history of mixed martial arts and you look at the history of where it came from, a lot of this came out of these fights that would happen in either a fight club or they would come out of the yard. And so, what I was seeing in Phoenix is that we were getting a lot of people that were getting injured by doing these recreational backyard fights or mixed martial arts. And so, one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to get a better understanding of the sport itself. So, initially, I started training Muay Thai just to get a better understanding of the biomechanics of how that actually worked. What does elbow strikes look like? How are they hitting you? What are the potential types of injuries that it can occur? Not just to the recipient of the kick or the punch, but also the person who is delivering the kick or the punch. So that was really kind of the impetus of it. Really started to see a lot more fighters. As I continued on in my treatment, I started to see a lot more Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athletes. And again, this was like 12, 15 years ago, and Jiu-Jitsu is not what it is today. Today it has grown dramatically. And so in order to get a better understanding of Jiu-Jitsu specifically, I actually started training Jiu-Jitsu just about 12 years ago. I've recently, as of September 11th of 2023, received my black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And that in itself has taught me a tremendous amount about the sport and the art itself. One of the things that you'll see is I do a lot of injury prevention for mixed martial arts. I do a lot of education on injury prevention in mixed martial arts. I do research. We've actually got multiple research studies looking at the types of injuries that occur, how the injuries occur, and the effectiveness of injury prevention programs. My goal, and especially as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt now, as a part of my BJJ journey, is really to contribute back as an injury prevention specialist and a sports biomechanist to the sport to really try to help to prevent these injuries. So, when I think back about when I first started treating mixed martial arts, it was almost 20 years ago. So, I've got a little bit of a history in treating these athletes, but again, also a much better understanding now, especially having been in this for almost 2 decades now, of really what are some of these mechanisms by which these injuries occur, and more importantly, how I as a clinician can help my athletes get the most on and off the mat.